going on YouTube? We're back again with another video, and today we're going to be talking about our favorite antagonists from the 2020 through 2021 years. And here we have Ruben.
Ugly introduction, but
no buts.
Yeah, so my favorite antagonist of the last couple years, you know, everybody knows him, everybody loves him, even though we don't know much about him. Muzan Kibutsuji. I think I'm saying his name correctly. I might not, but MJ, you know what I'm saying? Michael Jackson. Big dog, big dog. But I think he belonged to be here in like one of the tops, one of the big dogs, because he is literally the GOAT. Like everybody is scared of him. The demons that they all, you know, are giving the humans like all types of problems are, you know what I'm saying, they scared to even speak his name. The upper demons are beating the Hashiras, spoilers for the movie, you know what I'm saying? And he beating the upper demons. So I just feel like he can't be touched. He kind of, you know what I'm saying?
So I'm a firm believer in what you just said, Ruben, because even given the events of what happens after the movie, I won't go into details of it exactly, but you can see that Muzan definitely runs things around here. Like even the upper echelon, they fear that man ever so greatly. Like even the whole Demon Slayer world, they want this man dead, but they're like, how? Because
like they can't turn against that man.
Right, and if you think about it, they've been talking about how the upper demons have been slaying the Hashira for years. So it's like, okay, if the Hashira can't even beat the upper moons, who's supposed to beat Muzan?
The fact that all the demons that he has created under him are scared of him, and that, like you had also mentioned, the top demons in his ranks have been fighting the Hashiras for so long. So if, you know, we're seeing that, there's definitely a reason for why, even if his upper demons have been fighting the Hashiras and they're still scared of him, makes a really big example of how feared this man has been for so many years, obviously. And I mean, he's even able to completely change the ranks if he ever so decides to, as we've seen in anime too, when it's like, oh, well, I think my lower five is weak, so I'm gonna have to start over. Let's see, who do I want to fight? And everybody was trying to run away from him, but they couldn't. So it's just like, yeah, this guy's a really big threat, and it's no telling how many more demons he can create as years go on. So
yeah, I think he's
and you're
just
also
too swaggy.
Like, you know how you had that Patrick Star.
At least I'm safe inside my mind.
No, you ain't.
So there's no escape.
And he got a bad joke.
Oh.
ooh-wee.
His wife, I mean, both.
Oh, I thought you meant like, oh, okay, but I said, man, it was Pride Month.
Bruh, shut up.
All right, that was good stuff. So now next up, we're gonna talk about me, and I got that selected. We're going with Charon from Fire Force. I don't know why anyone really liked this show, but we're gonna go on from here. So I chose Charon because he's one of those brute characters that not a lot of people like, but he's like not overly stupid. Like, let's say a Broly or just a Berserker. Really, he's just he's just solid to me. Awesome.
Even though, I mean, he might not deserve to be on the best protagonist because he's kind of a nice guy if we really look at him as a whole, because, you know, he really likes the Humura. Yeah, but he really took in the Humura girl, and he treats her like he's like a father figure to her, even though she acts crazy and gets him in a lot of stuff because of her Adola link. He treats her like a daughter. So I kind of look at him like Piccolo, like, you know, you're a bad guy, but you also a good guy. Breaking stereotypes, you feel me?
Yeah, that's true. He also pretty much saved everyone and was protecting Charon at one point in the show also, but I was wondering when it happened. So I feel like he's in between if he should be on this list of best antagonists or not, but if we're talking about as far as pure strength, I feel like he should be on this list because we've seen the amount of feats and what he can actually do with his powers and stuff like that, with his abilities.
Yeah, he channels a lot of like pain and stuff, so he kind of, I would definitely consider him a protagonist. I mean, yeah, no, I'm sorry, antagonist, but for sure he is similar to a vigilante. He definitely treads that line.
Yeah.
And you're right, he definitely saved everybody, which is definitely not something you see with a antagonist.
A lot of antagonists, exactly.
All right, y'all. Good stuff. Appreciate you for the piggyback. All right, and next up we're gonna have Ant.
I chose Overhaul from My Hero for my choice of antagonist. I feel like Overhaul was feared by everyone. Even he kind of shook the League of Villains a little bit when he showed up the first time and he, did what he did. I feel like the fact that he was smart enough to have that plan and almost execute his full plan and everything like that. And the amount of no one could really touch him. Like they knew of Overhaul, but they couldn't really do anything to him or find him and stuff like that. I feel like he deserves to be on this list of best antagonist.
No, I agree with you. Like, I definitely think Overhaul should be on this list for sure. He's similar to Charon to me, where I can kind of consider him a vigilante too, or at least at one point. But I definitely think he deserves to be on this list from all the things that he's done, and from that little weird thing where he got the Dr. Octopus arms, the little black arms thing, when he fused with Nemoto in the anime. Like, I like when I see him level up and stuff like that. So yeah, I think he deserves to be here. Overhaul's he's one of those weird characters where we only get to see him do a couple of different things, but he always shows his true side.
Especially since he kind of had that a business plan of how he was about to go about things. Like his plan made sense of how he wanted to be able to control everything, considering he was a part of a mafia group. So it wasn't like he wasn't just some brute who wanted to just wreck stuff, and he wasn't just some villain who wanted to, target one specific person. He was trying to control the whole society from the aspect of it without going too deep into what his plan was. So as a villain, antagonist, I think he is pretty up there, especially within the My Hero world. But like you also mentioned again, Mike, he's not a really big antagonist, but for the arc that he was in, I'd say he was pretty decent.
Good stuff, guys. Good stuff. All right, and next up we have Mike.
All right, so the person I chose for this list is Sukuna from Jujutsu Kaisen. I feel like I don't have too much to say about this because he was basically the king of all of the cursed spirits and cursed entities that we see in Jujutsu Kaisen. Similar to Muzan, we see strong other antagonists, but Sukuna's the top of all of them. Just to see what his one finger can do alone by eating it and making Yuji that strong, it's crazy that he has, I think it's 20 total that other people can eat, and then that's how strong Sukuna is altogether. So yeah, I'm giving him that Madara goat status as an antagonist, because who gonna stop this man other than Gojo?
Oh man.
Yeah.
Ryomen. Sukuna. We talking about him, right?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like, but yeah, he has the full makeup of a pure antagonist. The fact that he was laughing at that man, Yuji,
Yeah,
with the enemy at the same time.
Oh, he was like, "Hey, look at this, like this dude."
Yeah, look at this loser. You know what I mean? Like, he has the full makeup of an antagonist, on top of being that strong to just strike fear into other cursed spirits that we've seen in the show that are really strong. He's putting fear into them. So I can see why he's on this list.
Oh, most definitely, because even just the presence of Sukuna alone is enough to make people actually cower in fear. Because even then, he's one of those people where it's like, oh, that's all just hearsay, and then once you finally meet the guy, you can just tell off presence alone. It's like, oh, he's this kind of guy. Okay, cool. Like, you even see one of the villains try to impede on his vessel, and then Sukuna makes a brief appearance saying, "Hey, hop out my space, don't you come here again. That's your only warning." And then he had to learn the second time, and he had to learn the hard way. But Sukuna, he's definitely top dog around there, and I don't know if there's anybody who could really beat him once he gets, once he becomes a whole person thing again.
Yeah, honestly, because we haven't seen anyone really beat him with just 2-3 fingers now. So crazy. Here you go.
I know, right? Couldn't help myself. Last but not least, Amari.
I'm glad you ain't say something wild, but my choice of character when it comes to who I think would be a good antagonist is Roswell from ReZero, Life in Another World. Said it will. But the reason why I said that is because, especially in season 2, but more or less that's where all of the build-up comes to as him being an antagonist. Because in the beginning of season 1, he kind of just seems like the average person who's there as like the good guy, but you don't really, you kind of get weird vibes from him, but you don't know what his plan is until season 2, where it really shows out when he's going against the protagonist Subaru. But the fact that his plan was so in depth in so many different locations that, well, if you haven't seen ReZero, but not too bad. ReZero has Subaru has to die multiple times just to try to figure out how is he going to compete and will complete 2-3 different locations in order to save everybody. And that's why I think Roswell is like the GOAT as far as planning goes. That's an antagonist.
Go. Hey, Mike, you want to take this or I got it?
Nah, you can start it off.
Man, nah. No. I don't agree. Like, I see what you're saying. Like, I'm picking up what you're putting down, right? But I can't agree. I just can't see myself really liking somebody that's walking around with, you know what I'm saying? Like, shit scrumptious all the time. Like, I don't like it. And then, like, his reasoning for behind the stuff that he's doing is just for, like, his teacher that I guess saved him from, like, his sickness and all that. But, like, he's never explaining any of these things. He's following some book that's telling him what to do. He ends up, spoiler alert, still losing in the end anyway. And just doing this, like, they made him, like, say sorry, and things are just supposed to be forgiven. Like, I can't bangs with an antagonist that says sorry. I'm not gonna hold you. That's just me. And he apologized. I can't. Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, Ruben hit it kind of on the nail from the angle that I was gonna take it from, but I see why he's on the list as an antagonist, but he's definitely one of those annoying antagonists who kind of just like, I'm here for myself and my own selfish reasons.
Selfish
and
reasons.
It's no like, I like the drive behind that, like Overhaul, or I mean, Sukuna's kind of just evil, but he's like the devil. Roswell's just flamboyant and just around, similar to Orochimaru, but it's not even like he trying to discover something. It's like straight selfish reasons. But I do see why he's on this list because he is an antagonist. And he's directly against Subaru, which is odd.
He is very strong.
I do like Roswell over Subaru, so
Same.
it's a very
Big same.
interesting antagonist for a show.
Well, thank you. I know I get the hate. All good.
Even though that last entry was buns,
Shut up.
we're gonna get up out of here. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and also share the video. We're out of here. Peace. Amari, shut up.
Oh yeah, Khalil, that's your video, right?
Oh man.